track of your data can be difficult, but it doesn't have to be a hassle. If your organization is relying on intricate import processes to make accurate decisions, this custom import wizard might be right for you. Here we have the custom import wizard implemented for a totally real company called Stegotech, and we see that there are 4 processes we'll need to finish before the import is complete. So step 1 will be selecting our file, setting up some initial parameters for it. So this is what our sales data looks like. We'll reference this again in a second. I'll import this here, just drag and drop, give it a name. It's handy in case you need to reference this import later or if you want to roll it back in the future. In the second step, we have the option to save some settings. So we'd be able to select them from this list. So after we configure it, we'd be able to apply those same configurations to future imports. And then we'll also choose the endpoint for this data. And move on to step 2. So one thing that's nice about this import wizard is you can adjust the import process if you have variable header columns or the columns are out of order. So in this case, we'll say that the column headers are on row 2 and that the data is on row 3. And then we'll select where in the back end we want this data to flow to. Quantity. Can type in here to filter the list. And then we'll pick a location here. And then we'll choose a column to match the data on. So if any of these customer names, Abrictosaurus, Adasaurus, if any of these already exist in the table, then it'll attempt to match these on the data on the next step. So here's this button here. If we save this, it will have all of these pre-populated. It'll choose column A as the name and match it up to customer name, and so on and so forth with the other columns. Same with the column headers and rows, so we don't have to do this in the future. Next, we see that these dinosaurs were not matched based on the customer name, so it's going to create new customers in the database and assign the sales data to these new customers. And when we click next, the import is applied to the database. And that's it. It really is that simple. So if you think that this custom import wizard could be right for you, contact us at DB Services today.